Hello guys and welcome back for the September JRPG news roundup. We're going to start with the Falcom news as always. On the merch side of things, just the one area of note. Kotobukiya announced a new scale figure of Elaine Alclair and also showed the prototype in the same month. No release date or price has been stated. On the development side of things, Falcom have announced that the Trails series hit sales of 8.5 million worldwide units, which is a 1 million unit rise since the start of this year, likely spurred by the release of Daybreak, and there might even be some excitement tied to the nearing release of the Sky remake aiding it further. The rest of the news is all tied to the Sky remake, where Falcom have confirmed it will be developed 100% in-house. It will also have new details added to it in order to aid in world cohesion, so references that tie into later games for instance, and if the remake sells well, the sequels will also be done too. As for the localizer, at Tokyo Game Show, Falcom stated that they are currently in contact with companies like Exceed and NIS America for the game, with some suggesting that it is already a done deal with Exceed. On to the general JRPG news now. We're going to start with merch. Atlus have stated that a manga is due out for the upcoming release of Metaphor ReFantasio. Vanillaware have got some figures on the way. Wanderer have revealed this 1/7 scale of Iori from 13 Sentinels at $225 releasing in October 2025, while Kotobukiya have revealed scale figure prototypes of Scarlet and Eltalinda from Unicorn Overlord. Gust are up next, and the limited edition for Fairy Tail 2 is now up for pre-order. A 1/7 scale figure of Sophie has been revealed via Amakumi, releasing in June 2025 for 19,800 yen, and Yumiya is already getting figures. This 1/7 scale from Wonderful Works is releasing on August 2025 for 28,000 yen. Speaking of Yumiya, pre-orders are now open for the special editions on EU and UK regions. The same might also be true for the US, yet I didn't see this. And as for the Japanese side, the retailer bonuses were shown if you would prefer to get one of those. We end the merch roundup with Square. The Art of Bravely Default 2 will be coming west for $50. It releases come April 2025. On to the developer side of things, and we'll start with Square. Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven's demo is now available to try out. The Dragon Quest III HD-2D remake is up next, and despite being a well-anticipated title for many, it has been drawing quite a bit of discussion surrounding the idea of Type A and B protagonists. In the original game, gender was simply defined as male or female, with scenes adjusting around that choice. This has since been changed to Type A and B, similar to games like Dragon Quest X, which was Japan only. During a special program, Yuji Hoori was quoted referring to the various regulations that Japanese games must adhere to in order to be sold in the West, especially in regards to age restrictions, with Kazuhiko Torishima also in the interview and former editor-in-chief for Shonen Jump, calling America's views on sex education narrow and an evil that borrows the name of good. Yuji Hoori ended the segment simply stating, "I really wonder who would complain if we called them male and female, I don't get it." No doubt there will be more discussion around this topic in the lead up to the release of the game, especially in regards to the idea of stifling creative freedom. On to Final Fantasy now, and there have been further leaks that a remaster of the Final 13 trilogy are on the cards. This follows on from another leak earlier on this year, so keep an eye out for that. Speaking of Final Fantasy, Tetsuya Nomura has stated that he puts import on the attractiveness of the main characters in Final Fantasy games, stating that he remembers a classmate of his in the past playing a game and bemoaning the idea of playing an ugly character. That philosophy stuck with him into game development, where he prefers to make the characters more pleasing on the eye. Visions of Mana sold around 40,000 physical units in Japan for PS4 and PS5, which is much lower than the Trials of Mana remake. Of course, this doesn't take into account any digital sales. And lastly, Square have stated that financial returns for their HD game section, which includes the likes of Final Fantasy XVI and Rebirth, did not meet expectations for the period. This isn't surprising, even if the games had sold reasonably well. Square are known to be more far-reaching with their forecasts, and this is just another case of that. Kiwi Walks are up next, and they have stated that their remake of the first Witchspring game, Witchspring R, has hit a milestone of $5 million following its launch on PS5 and Switch. The game originally released on PC back in late 2023. Vanillaware also announced a sales milestone, with Unicorn Overlord hitting 1 million units sold this month, a good return considering how much time and money was put into the project. Gust are up next, and for the 5th anniversary of the first Ryza game, the entire trilogy received optimizations and quality of life features, like a very easy mode for both Ryza 2 and 3, and an autosave feature for the first game. Atelier Yumiya has shown off some more of its gameplay this month from the Tokyo Game Show, like the real-time combat, mana-based synthesis and its vast open world. As stated by Junzo Hosoi, this game will be one of the most ambitious Atelier titles to date, something that was made possible by the commercial success of the Riser trilogy. Atelier Yumiya is now up for pre-order as stated before, and it will be the first in the series to be priced at $70. Bandai Namco have provided more information on the upcoming remaster for Tales of Grace's F, stating some of the new features that will be in the re-release. These include the ability to fast forward or skip skits, new localized scenes for the skits, and enemy toggle functions to avoid fights. Level 5 have shared their use of AI in their creative process, mentioning the use of AI as a base for concept art as an example. For instance, Megaton Masashi Wired used a foundation generated by AI, which was then developed and animated by an artist into what it eventually became. They mentioned several other areas where AI is used too, like the generation of 3D environments and backgrounds, and even used it for the generation of side quests. There are also mentions of the use of temporary voice lines that are used as placeholders in games until the actual voices are recorded, potentially to aid in story flow and context. Of course, there's a big discussion around the ethical and legal use of AI in games. Can it actually be used effectively to aid in development, which is what Level 5 appear to be presenting. The discussion will go on for years, I'm sure. It seems more about making sure the practices are above board, so to speak, rather than relying entirely on AI and omitting the human touch. Shift Up Games have stated that their newest release of Stellar Blade will be having a collaboration with Nier Automata. No further details were given, but it will release this year. We finished the developer news with Atlus. Metaphor ReFantasio now has a fairly chunky demo available for those who want to try it out as it nears its release on October the 11th, and Steam achievements have been published, suggesting that a HD collection of SMT Devil Summoner Raido Kuzuhana is on the way in the not too distant future. On to the upcoming releases now, and we're going to start with delays. The two delays this month both come from Level 5 as part of their recent presentation called To the World's Children. Inazuma 11 Victory Road has been delayed till June 2025, and Deca Police has been delayed till 2026, with an anime also now in the works. Visual novels briefly, just the two this month. Kaitsubaki City Regenerate will be releasing on PC and Switch for February the 20th next year, and Japan are going to be getting Switch editions of the Uta Wareru Mono trilogy releasing on January the 30th, 2025. Hopefully these ones might also come west. Fans of the series are well aware how hard the PS4 versions are to obtain. We round out September with the upcoming JRPGs. Action RPG Might Raya is releasing in 2025 for PC. Action RPG Neptunia Game Maker R-Evolution is releasing October 29th for Xbox Series. It is already on PS4, PS5 and Nintendo Switch. Spin-off RPG Neptunia Riders vs Dogus is releasing January 2025 for PS4, PS5 and Nintendo Switch. Turn-based RPG Disney Pixel RPG is releasing on October the 7th for mobile. SRPG Touhou Spell Carnival is releasing November the 19th for PS4, PS5 and Nintendo Switch. SRPG Triangle Strategy is releasing October the 31st on Quest 2 and Quest 3. SRPG Clowned King is releasing on PC with no announced release date. Action RPGs Legend and Trials of Mana have released this month on Xbox Series. Turn-based RPG Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Series has released this month for Xbox Series. Turn-based RPG Forge of the Fae is now in the Kickstarter phase for all modern platforms. Turn-based RPG Threads of Time has been announced with no release date. It will be coming to Xbox Series and PC with more consoles on the way. SRPG Phantom Brave The Lost Hero is releasing on January the 30th, 2025 for PS4, PS5 and Nintendo Switch. It will also be coming to PC in spring 2025. SRPG Phantom Brave The Bermuda Triangle Remastered will release on PS5 for November the 7th. Social slow life RPG Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time finally has a release window of April 2025, hopefully that will not be delayed again, for Nintendo Switch. Ghostcraft RPG, and noted as the largest ever cross-media project for Level 5, Holy Horror Mansion has been announced with no release date or platforms. Sports RPG Inazuma 11 Re, or a remake of the first game, is releasing in 2026 for PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch and PC. Turn-based RPG Fantasia Neo Dimension is releasing December the 5th, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch and PC. Action RPG Freedom Wars Remastered is releasing January the 10th, 2025 for PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch and PC. Action RPG Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is releasing February the 28th, 2025 for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series and PC. Turn-based RPG's Lunar Remastered Collection is releasing spring 2025 for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and PC. Supposed turn-based RPG Atelier Resliana, The Red Alchemist and the White Guardian, which is going to be a spin-off set in the same world as Atelier Resliana, is releasing in 2025 for PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch and PC. And finally, turn-based RPG Atelier Yumiya will be releasing March 21st, 2025 for all modern platforms. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe for more JRPG content and consider joining my Patreon if you're interested. Peace.